Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're creating this pink and purple halo eye using the Norvina palette. I hope you guys enjoy it and let's just jump right into the video. So the first shade we're picking up is called Love, and I'm just picking that up on a Sigma E35 brush and blending this in throughout the crease as our kind of like initial transition shade. Just building it up until I've got the pigmentation that I'm after. Next up, we're taking the shade Soul, and I'm taking on an E25 brush from Sigma, and I'm just kind of packing the shade first kind of on that outer V area to really build up the pigmentation. I'm dragging it right along the kind of outer tape line as well, so when we remove the tape we get that really nice crisp line, and then I'm going to slightly start to feather out that shade and bring in throughout the crease, so the bit kind of main focus of the pigment will end up being on the outer corner. And then I'm going to move on to a more precise brush for our inner corners. This is the Morphe B18 brush, I think it is. I'll leave all the brushes listed down below, but I'm just kind of packing on Soul in the outer corner and then blending up in throughout the crease. This will kind of begin to create a more halo kind of look, but I do want to have that shade Soul in throughout the crease, so when we cut it we've still got that like purpley hue. And then I'm blending everything out using the Sigma E25 brush and then building up a little bit more Love just to blend out the edges of Soul even more just with the E35 brush. Next we're going to move on to cutting the crease. I'm just taking a little bit of concealer and then placing that using my Morphe, this is the E19 brush, just placing it kind of along the lash line, looking up, and then it creates that kind of line that you can kind of use as a guide, and then just dragging the concealer down and following that line to create a kind of like arc shape, which we'll use to create our halo kind of spotlight eye. So I'm just going to feather out the edges of the concealer using my fingers as well, so we get a nice kind of feathered blended look. Then I'm going to be taking the shade Celestial, and I had a kind of like hard time placing this shade on my eye. I feel like it wasn't really packing on, so I moved on to my finger. It provided a little bit more pigmentation, but it kind of looked a little bit chunky, so I'm gonna have to have a play around with Celestial a little bit more. But then I'm just gonna grab Soul and I'm just gonna blend out the edges of Celestial, and then I'm taking the shade Wild Child and I'm just gonna be placing that right in the center of our lid where our kind of halo spotlight eye will be. I really did love the combination of these colors, but I just don't think Wild Child came up very pigmented, so I was a bit disappointed with that one. Then I'm taking the shade Ultraviolet from the Kat Von D Alchemist palette. I'm just using a Sigma lip brush here, and I'm just placing that right in the top edge of our kind of halo kind of cut area that I left blank and feathering that down into the rest of the shades. Now I decided I want a little bit more of a punch because Wild Child was not giving me life, so I'm picking up Pixi Pink glitter from Violet Voss and using it with a little bit of Too Faced glitter glue and just pasting that pretty much where we applied Wild Child and then packing that on. It just created a little bit more drama, which is what I was after. I love this glitter. It's so gorgeous. Next I'm moving on to liner, and I've used my Sigma E06 winged liner brush and the Sigma Wicked gel liner, my favorite combination for liner at the moment, and I applied some lashes. These are the Koko lashes in Queen Bee, and this is what we're looking like. I removed the tape and also put my kind of base foundation and concealer on as well. Moving on to contouring, I'm taking the lighter shade from the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, just contouring under my cheekbones, under my chin, around the sides of my face and top of my forehead. And then for bronzing, I'm taking that middle shade from the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette on a Morphe R1 brush, and I'm just going to be bronzing up my face using that brush. I love this brush. It's so good for applying bronzer. It really applies it really subtly and diffused all over the face. I'm going to bring it down my neck as well just to make sure we're keeping all one color. Next I'm moving back onto the eyes. I'm going to be taking the shade Love on a Sigma E25 brush, and I'm just buffing that along the lower lash line. I'm really building up the shade and bringing it quite far down under my eyes to create a really nice kind of blown out ethereal kind of look. Then taking Soul, I'm using it on a Morphe flat definer brush, and I'm just packing this along my lower lash line and blending out the edges a little bit just so we're tying in the kind of lid to the lower lash line. I just wanted to deepen that up a little bit more, so I'm just applying a little bit of passion as well and stamping that right on the lash line, and then blending everything out with a small pencil brush. This one again is from Morphe, and again I'll leave it listed down below. Then for our waterline, I'm just taking the Rimmel Exaggerate Nude waterline pencil just to open up our eyes, just to make sure everything is nice and bright and awake. And then for mascara and our lower lashes, I'm taking my Covergirl Lash Blast Fusion mascara, applying that to my lashes. Moving on to kind of setting spray, MAC Fix Plus as per usual, and spritzing that all over our face. Moving on to highlighting, I'm taking the shade Gumdrop from the Kat Von D Sugar Highlighting Palette, and I'm just highlighting my face. I love the beautiful kind of like pink reflect that this highlight brings out onto the skin. It's so stunning. And then I'm just taking the ultraviolet shade from the Kat Von D Alchemist palette because I just wanted to bring in a little bit more of that purple kind of hue onto the cheeks as well for our highlight. So just blending that in to our cheeks, and I love the combination of Gumdrop and that ultraviolet highlighting shade. It looks great. Then to finish off the eye looks, I'm just taking a little bit, again, that ultraviolet highlight just on a smudging brush, just on our inner corners and also as our brow bone highlight. And that will kind of like finish and tie off the look for the eyes. For blush, I'm taking my Manicadar. This is like a trio blush bronzer highlight and just blushing up my cheeks. I love the shade. It's super natural and just adds a little bit of a pink hue without being like super full pink on our skin. For lips, we're using the Maybelline Liquid Ink Liquid Lipstick. I'm just applying that obviously to my lips. I love this shade. It's pink but without being like too in your face. It actually ties in with love really well. And then topping everything off with the Rimmel Oh My Gloss Lip Gloss in Love Bug. And then guys, that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave me a big like, thumbs up. Subscribe if you are new so you don't miss out on any of my new videos. I hope you have a fantastic rest of the week and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.